I kicked my parent out and said this is why I was so fucked up as a kid. My dad showed up at my apartment last week after 3 years of radio silence, just standing there in the hallway with this pathetic look on his face, holding a duffel bag like some kind of homeless person, which honestly, he basically was. He'd been living with my Aunt Rachel since Mom finally divorced his sorry ass, but apparently she got tired of him drinking beer at 10 in the morning and leaving cigarette burns on her furniture. So naturally, he comes crawling to me, the kid he basically ignored for 16 years unless he needed someone to blame for his shitty life. I'm standing there in my doorway, still in my work clothes, just staring at this man who used to make my childhood hell. He had the nerve to smile at me like we were old buddies. Hey kiddo, I was hoping maybe I could crash here for a while, just until I get back on my feet. I almost laughed. This is the same guy who used to ground me for a week if I left a single dish in the sink. The same guy who made me do push-ups in the living room because I got a B+ instead of an A on my report card. The same guy who would take my phone away for an entire month if I talked back even once. But I had an idea. A really, really good idea. Sure, Dad, you can stay here, but you're gonna follow my house rules. He looked confused, but nodded. Probably thought I was gonna ask him to help with groceries or something normal like that. First rule, I said, crossing my arms. Lights out at 9 p.m. No exceptions. If I catch you awake after that, you lose TV privileges for 3 days. His face started to change. What are you talking about? Second rule, you get exactly 15 minutes for showers. I'm gonna time you. Go over and you don't get hot water for a week. Now he was getting pissed. This is ridiculous. Third rule, no friends over, ever. You want to see people, you can meet them at the park like a normal person. I was just getting started. Fourth rule, I'm gonna check your bag every single day. Any alcohol, cigarettes, or anything I don't approve of gets thrown in the trash immediately. He was turning red now. You can't be serious. Fifth rule, you do chores the second I ask. Dishes, laundry, taking out garbage. If you complain or take too long, you don't eat dinner that night. This is insane, he said, but I wasn't done. Sixth rule, I'm gonna drive you wherever you need to go. You don't get to use my car without permission, and you definitely don't get your own key. His hands were shaking now. Whether from anger or needing a drink, I couldn't tell. Seventh rule, no talking back, no arguing, no attitude. You say yes sir and thank you and that's it. Last rule, I said, leaning against the doorframe. You disrespect me or my girlfriend Emma even once, and you're out. No second chances. I'll pack your stuff myself and drop you off at the nearest bus stop. He just stood there staring at me like I'd lost my mind. These rules are completely unreasonable. I'm your father, yeah, and these are the exact same rules you had for me from age 8 to 16. Remember? The same rules that made me so anxious I couldn't sleep at night. The same rules that made me feel like I was walking on eggshells in my own house. His face went white. I could see him remembering. All those years of treating me like I was some kind of prisoner instead of his son. The same rules that made me move in with Mom the second I turned 16 because I couldn't stand living with you anymore. That was different, he said weakly. You were a kid. Kids need structure, and you're a grown man who can't even keep a roof over his head. So maybe you need some structure too. He stood there for another minute, probably hoping I was joking, but I wasn't. I was dead serious. You know what? He finally said, picking up his duffel bag. You're just like your mother, cold and heartless. No, Dad, this is exactly what you taught me. This is why I was so fucked up as a kid. He walked away, muttering something about ungrateful children. I watched him disappear down the hall, then closed the door and locked it. Emma came out of the kitchen where she'd been listening to the whole thing. Holy shit, she said. That was intense. Good intense or bad intense? Honestly, I'm kind of proud of you. That took balls. My Aunt Rachel texted me later that night saying Dad had shown up at her door again, but she wasn't letting him back in. Apparently, he was ranting about how disrespectful I was, and how kids these days have no respect for their elders.